In the 2024 film, Here, the camera moves only once during the entire movie, and as you might expect, this is one of the story's most pivotal moments. Here is a drama directed by Robert Zemeckis and starring Tom Hanks and Robin Wright. The film is based on a 2014 graphic novel of the same name by Richard Maguire. To watch Here is to have a different movie-going experience, as it is a movie set in one single place. Rather than traveling with its characters, the film is uniquely rooted in the living room of a single house throughout time. In many ways, Here is a movie that is unlike any other. Though much of the film focuses on a specific family from the late 1940s through the early 2000s, Here's cast is expansive. Furthermore, its setting extends through generations, from the dinosaurs to the COVID-19 pandemic of the 2020s, taking on various social issues through the decades. On top of that, Here uses advanced technology to de-age its actors, mainly Hanks and Wright. As a result, Here doesn't really compare to your typical movie. When something new occurs within the film, it is definitely noticeable. The camera moves in Here's ending during Richard and Margaret's final scene. Why the camera moves at the end of Here? Throughout Here, the camera stays in a single fixed position, in the living room of the Youngs' house. However, there is one moment where the camera does finally move, and that is at the very end of Here. In the final scene, Richard is reminding Margaret, who has Alzheimer's, about all the memories they made within the house. At one point, Margaret finally begins to remember, and she becomes emotional. As Margaret looks around her beloved house, the camera moves with her, giving audiences a glimpse at the rest of the house and the neighborhood beyond. Here could have easily kept the camera in the same place from the beginning of the movie until the end, but its sudden movement occurs because of this meaningful moment. As Margaret's memory comes back to her, audiences finally get to see what Margaret was seeing all along, from the dining room to the town beyond. For the first time, viewers are brought into Margaret's world, and they are physically moved in the same way that Margaret is emotionally moved. The camera movement signals a massive change, while also ending the film on an inspirational and beautiful note. The real reason Here waits until the ending to let the camera move. How Here reflects on the importance of place. Richard and Margaret on Christmas in Here. Here doesn't let the camera move until the very end of the movie because it emphasizes the emotional impact of Richard and Margaret's final scene. Furthermore, the film isn't really about the rest of the house or the outside world. While it would have been great to be able to see other rooms in the house, Here is trying to show audiences that plenty of life can happen just inside one single room. So many of the Youngs' best and worst times occur right in the living room, and the audience is forced to live everything alongside them. Overall, Here hinges on its unique camera setup and its eventual camera movement. It is what makes the movie so original and different. Plus, it creates a story that is particularly heartbreaking. Seeing the outside world would have made Here no different from any other movie about families and life. However, Here centers on the importance of place and time. A single room can be what brings people together across generations. Thus, Here moves the camera only when necessary, when the story has finally come to its end.